Hi, it's Jeffrey. How are you? As always, I'm doing the live video about making an announcement. This is for the new moon, which will be Sunday, the 27th. And from what I understand, I think tonight and even into the next couple of nights, it's not raining, it's going to rain here. You're going to be able to see Venus and Saturn. Very exciting. Very exciting. So it's a new moon. Get a candle, light the candle, and say, this is a new moon. I'm bringing in new energy. This is the energy that I desire to bring in for my highest good, my highest healing, whatever that is, and then take steps toward bringing that in. Make a phone call, send a letter, meditate, clean, whatever it is. All right, so it's a fresh start, like all the new moons are. And here, as many of you know, I live in Mexico City, and really the rainy season is supposed to start in June, but it seems like it's going to start earlier, because I was looking at the May forecast, and there were quite a lot of rain at night. It's going to rain tonight. It rained a little last night. Okay, not a problem. Not a problem. All right, let's see what's going on. Okay. Well, look, this is the world and where it's at. Everything that you thought was going to be stable is not necessarily stable. Okay, fine. It's because we're vibrating at a different place. It's like we need to bring in new energy. And, in the middle of it, it's not comfortable. However, suddenly there's lots of new ideas, lots of new inspiration, lots of new creative thought, passion. Great. And victory. And victory is here. This is also about stepping into leadership. So if there's something that you feel that you have to offer that you're really good at, that you just have, like a sense of, get on that horse and lead people. How do you like that? That's why I wrote the books. That's why I wrote the books. All right. You could say hello. Know you're safe in your home and in your even though things might be going awry on the outside. I mean, it's a hell of a way to start the new moon with the Tower. It doesn't mean that you're not stable and that you're not secure. Just because things are not secure all around us doesn't mean that you're not secure. And this is what I've been talking about for, I don't know, for 2 or 3 years. It's too much glare. Every time I look at myself, I see this light coming out of my eye, not around my halo. It's like you got to get comfortable with yourself. You got to get comfortable with yourself, with your own instinct. And what I'm really getting also from this new moon, it's Taurus. Taurus is the sign of sensuality. Taurus is the sign of being very earthbound and really understanding what the body says and what the body wants. Taurus is very much about the body. It's the second, it's the second house, and it's about the things around you. It's about the sensual feeling of your body. It's like, I feel a storm coming. I don't think I should wear that. It doesn't make me feel like I'm supposed to or I want to. I'm not going to eat that because I know it's not good for my body. It's like that. There's like a lot of that going on. A lot of like your body talking to you. Yeah. You have to close something out so something new will start. Maybe there's a thought pattern or a belief system or, like a project that you've been working on and say, okay, I did that project. I'm not going back in. It's about, let's start something new. Yeah, and run with it. And, the thing about the seven of swords, it's confident. He's taking, stuff from the enemy camp. It's like you don't have to reinvent the wheel. So let's say you want to open an ice cream store. I always use this example. You want to open an ice cream store. So what you do is, and you want to open it in Main Town on Main Street. Very imaginative. So you go around to Main Town and you go and you look at the ice cream stores and who's doing things right, who's not doing things right, who has a shitty location, who has a good location. Do they offer anything else? Is there free parking? Do they offer, you get a free cone on Wednesday, if you buy two? Like, check it out. And then use the ideas that are out there and make them yours. Okay. You don't have to say yes. I feel like this is the past coming to say, oh, don't try something new, come back into your old life, And that's what it feels like. And you're like, no, I don't think so. I don't think so. I have two fours. And then justice comes in. Fair and balanced and clear. Ah, and your intuition is here. Your empathic self is here. So what does it feel like in your body? What does it feel like in your body? If I do this, what does it feel like? Like now, like I have choices that I can make about how I'm going to move forward. And the truth is, I'm probably going to wait until the new moon because I keep on going back and forth. I'm not really sure how it feels in my body and my head. I'm not really quite clear. So I need to sit down and really get clear, but I have to also honor what my body is saying. It's like, yeah, well, maybe it all makes sense on paper. And you say to yourself, I don't really want an ice cream store. I want a bakery. Or I want to have a hula hoop store. Hula hoops are us. Yeah. And once you check in with your body, and once you say no to things that are not, I don't know, like maybe an offer comes and it's like, no, I want something more. I want something better. I don't want something strings attached. I've closed out that past. I want to bring in a new balance. I want to run in a new way. Then you can start. But I think it's a process. Feels like it's a process. And the right people show up. And then the question to ask, let's say you have $10 and you can't decide whether you're going to buy a stock, not that you get much for $10, or take a class, just for an example. And it's like on paper, it says, take the class, But at the end of the day, in the inside, you're like, I don't really want to take this class. What am I? So I feel like there's a real interior dialogue going on that will help you come to a clarity. That's what it feels like. Yeah. And don't tell yourself you can't do it. Let your instinct and your heart lead you as opposed to your head. Because your head will always say you can't do it. I'm going to throw a few more. Yeah, when it's decision time between the heart and the head, go with the heart. I only have two fours. I like to have three of a number. I have two twos. I have two eights. Yeah, going on a new trek. It's like, okay, what I used to do this, and it was satisfying, but now I want something more, something that calls me more. I did go to the park yesterday. It really helped me a lot. And then I'll know when to act, right? It's all about the timing. It's all about the timing. Let me show you. Yeah, there we go. All right. I have decisions to make. If I trust my heart, then maybe I can begin something new, which I'll be good at. And once I, make a decision, like all the ideas will come because I'm no longer vibrating where I was. I feel really safe and comfortable in my home and in my heart and in my head, and I have to let things that have ended end. Pick up the pieces that are valuable and commune with myself in a healing toward what it is that I really want to go toward. I'll know when to act because I'm magical. And if I keep on telling myself that I can't do it, then I'm never going to get anywhere. I have 3 8s. Oh, that's what I have is 3 8s. We'll get to that. My intuition and my loving motherly self toward myself is very strong and very fair and balanced. I'm not going back to the past. There's nothing there for me. What might look good might not necessarily be good. I have 3 8s. That's really nice. Eights are about, hi Jen. Um, Eights are about awareness and abundance. So that's what I have. I have a lot of eights here. So this is the new moon energy. It's like maybe it's this awareness of like all the talent that you do have, all the options that you do have, all the dreams that you do have. And it's like, it's what it's saying here is like, go after something new because the past, not only is it over and done, but it's no longer stable. So go after the new, but really let your heart and your feeling be your guide. Because I have the empath here, I've got her here, right? And this one knows when to act. So it's kind of clear, but it feels like you kind of have to make peace, like kind of bury the past, or just say, okay, that I did that, but now I'm doing something else, something new, something, and look, if you have two things and you have the time and the energy to do both and see which one works, I don't think that's a bad, formula either. Doesn't have to be all or nothing, you know, like be um, malleable. So that is my little take. That is my take for the month. Very interesting. Um, so, Jen, are you enjoying the book? Um, I have two books available for purchase. One of them is the Shadow Work Tarot Workbook. Yeah, you think I remember it? And and there's like a subtitle, but I don't even know what it's called. And then the other one is Tarot Decoded, where I go through every single card and I talk about the symbols and the what do you call it, the keywords, the traditional meaning, and then my meaning, and that's available digitally. They're both available digitally, but you can get the first one in physical, either from me or from Amazon. All the information is below. And we are beginning tarot classes again on the 30th. There was something with the astrology; it wasn't working, so we're starting. We're starting on the 30th. And we have a few spots left. So that's Wednesday, I think at 4:30 Central. I'm pretty sure at 4:30 Central. So that is the story. Now, I've only been here for 15 minutes, so I could stay a little while longer if anyone has questions as I put my deck back together. Yeah, and I think I'm going to be doing other things. I don't really know what they are. I really don't. I also bundled something. So if you buy both books, you get a discount. If you buy both books and some meditations, you get a super duper discount. So it just goes automatically on my site. If you just look at what you want to look at, um, it'll come up like as a bundle before you check out. I like that little bundling app. It's really cute and it's free and it works. It works, which is the best part because I have a calendar on the site, but that doesn't work. That's also free. All right. Well, if I don't hear from y'all, I think I'm going to get it going. So both books are available. The Tarot classes start on the 30th. It's going to rain here tonight. Yay, hooray. And hang in there. Like the things that are supposed to fall apart, even though it's ugly, and let them fall apart. Let them fall apart so that something new can come, right? Oh, we didn't realize that the building was not really stable. You don't want to wait for an earth tremor to figure out that it wasn't stable. Anyway, that's that. Blessings to you, and see you soon. And thanks for joining me for the live. And au revoir. Instead of pressing edit, I have to press end screen. Always very complicated.